Right, so I've decided to do this little video as an extension to number 2 because I don't think everybody needs to do it. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to import something called random, and that's a bunch of functions that I can use, and one of them, funny enough, is to make a random number. So I'm going to go down, and I've got question 4 down here, and I'm going to nick most of it because I'm alright, and I'm going to change this so it says question 5, and this needs to go to question 5. So here we go. Oh, it's lovely, the bell, perfect. I'm going to say x equals random dot rand range any number from between 1 and 10, and I want y to equal random dot rand range between 1 and 10. Okay, so I keep saying so, I've got to get out of that habit. What is x, comma, then I want to put a space times and a space and then another comma, and then I want to put y. Then I want another speech marks equals. I don't think it's going to like that. It won't play nicely, and I'll explain how we get around it in just a second. But I want you to see what the faults are, because fault finding is a massively important part of computing. So my answer should be x star y. Alright, and then we see whether we got it correct or not. But I don't remember, I don't think it's going to work. So I'm going to control save, I'm going to F5. Alright, 2 times 2 is 2. No, sorry, it's wrong. That is 4. No, it isn't. That's 1. No, it isn't. Okay, that's 3. Right, here's my error. It doesn't like all of these bits and pieces within the input. So I'm going to make another variable. So we've got this variable in here that's going to, a random number is going to be stored in x, a random number is going to be stored in y. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is txt equals, and I'm going to put all of this together in one block, x like that, and I'm going to store it in there. And it shouldn't have a problem in that, because what we got going on here, sorry, I just jogged my mouse. Right, so x is a random number, y is a random number, and text, it should say what is our first random number times our second random number equals, and that's stored in txt. So all I need to do in here is write txt, and that should work. So save it, F5, 4, 4, 4, 4, and now you are correct. What is, and it's got all these funny bits and pieces in there, so I'm going to need to tidy that up, but let's just do the question now. It says 6 times 1, I say 6, and it says you are correct. Okay, so I got that one correct. Right, so let's try and tidy this stuff up now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to convert these into letters, into characters, into what we call a string, because at the moment it is a number, and I'm going to add it onto here. So I'm going to put a space in here. I'm going to change this now, because the way that we put strings together is we add them, and I've got to turn it from a number into a character, which is that number. And I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but you just got to trust me on this for the time being. You will understand it later on. Okay, so I've converted the number 3, whatever the number is, into a piece of text with 3 in it. So that's what this string thing does. It turns it into a string of characters and puts it on there, and then I've added it together so it all should work together. So I'm going to Control S and F5, and then I'm just going to rattle through these ones, putting the same answer in now. Now 3 times 9 is 27, and it's got it correct. So I've missed the space out of here, haven't I? I need to put a print in here and make it look pretty. Okay, and then the rest of that should work. So let's just try it again. Control S, F5. So it's 4, 4, 4, 4, and then I've got a completely different one this time. 12. That looks perfect. Okay, have a crack at that.